3, 2, 1, action.
Welcome back to Off the Record, where we talk about
whatever we want.
And you guys are over there. Were just now looking at.
You know what? I'll go to the beach. I'll go to the beach. Yeah.
That's what we're
Go to the beach. Go to the beach.
Have you been to the beach?
I was in the New Jersey, and then I really, you know how I love trash TV. I was like, if we're gonna be in Jersey, we gotta go to Jersey Shore.
Are things open up there?
You're such a raccoon.
Yeah, it's open.
Yeah, it's out there.
Jersey Shore.
It's much cleaner than I thought it was gonna be. Cause
Maybe
I thought
right now, because no one's there that much.
You know what's weird? Okay, I think California is much more paranoid about the mask situation, but I don't know, because the OC is different, right?
But California knows how to party though.
But it feels like
Those how to party.
I think people in Jersey, at least what I experienced, it seems like masks seems optional. So there are people doing it, and there are people that aren't doing it. But I don't see the shaming happening. Like I was all over Princeton. You just see all kinds of different people choosing to or not to. And if people don't have the mask, they'll walk by you like this, or like if people don't have the mask on, and if they walk by you, they'll put the mask on, and then they'll take it off and they'll walk away or whatever. But when I was at the Jersey Shore, almost everyone had a mask on. On the pier, but not on the beach.
Oh, that makes sense though,
Yeah.
because they're like super compacted then.
Saw some fans too. We're swimming, and then they go, "Hey, are you a YouTuber?" And I'm like, "Kinda." And they're like, "I knew it, JK News."
They knew everything about you.
Yeah, and then they're swimming next to me, and then we're just going under the waves together. And I said, "All right, bye."
Did they ask to take a picture?
Now we were in the water together.
Oh.
It was like a big group of dudes here, and we're just swimming together.
Did they say it with a Jersey accent?
Nah, I wish though.
What would that sound like?
Hey, Paulie, isn't that the guy from that channel? The fucking, you know, the YouTubes, man? Hey, Vinny, I think that's him, bro. That's him.
That'd be tight.
Yeah.
Cool, I didn't know there's gonna be more characters in this.
Characters.
I was like destined to meet a Paulie and a guy that talks like this and all that. And my friend's client or whatever from the mushroom farm, he was on the phone with them. And I thought I was talking to a mafia member. Like there's so many guys that talk like that.
Oh, that's tight.
Is we're not used to that accent.
No.
We only understand it through the movies and like shows we've watched, and it's always like
Coffee.
scary people with that accent.
No, but he was just kind of like he was like a buyer for a grocery store.
That's funny.
He goes,
It's probably the thinnest mask because I can hear you perfectly.
Oh yeah, I don't think this is a
That's a mask just to be able to get into places.
medical grade at all. It's just this is the bare minimum mask.
Yeah, this
for sure.
it's not supposed to be the safest one or whatever.
yo, their beach though, the sand is weird. It's kind of like,
Coarse and hard.
yeah.
It looks like it would be that way.
But it's soft. It's the sand pieces are bigger. It's coarse, but it's bigger. It seems like, but it's like super duper soft. It's weird. I don't know.
hate
I just
going to
kept
beaches
fucking
that
with
are
it.
just like rocks, like coarse, and like it doesn't feel good to walk, and then you can't really like chill there.
Joe at the beach is like a little kid. He's meeting people and he's like, "Hi, okay, bye." He's like playing with sand, like.
No shit though. I didn't even talk to the people I was with that much. I literally was. I just kept. I probably went for 30 minutes. How different the sand
Do you
is.
smoke out there?
And then like that was just me. And then I covered my whole entire body, half of it, in the sand, and I went to sleep. And then I got up because the water came, and I went back into the water.
Was
and
it
we
hot?
went to get pizzas. The water was warm.
It was a warm water.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, "This the East Coast, man. It's supposed to be cold and shit." And the water was teal.
No, I think Pacific is colder.
It's pretty cold.
It's cold out here, yeah.
I've never been in the Atlantic Ocean.
That was my first time, man.
Yeah, I've never been
Went
in.
to Florida? Like Miami?
Not in the water.
What is the Florida water considered? Arctic still, or no? It's Atlantic.
It's Atlantic.
I thought it was Caribbean, no?
But it's Atlantic waters. It's the Atlantic Ocean that goes into the Gulf. But yeah, in my experience, it seems like Atlantic waters, like the coast on that side, the waters are way calmer, and on the Pacific side, we get like all the surfer waves.
Oh, that's why the big surfers don't really come from the East Coast, huh?
Yeah, they're on this side in the Hawaii and stuff like that. Like the Pacific Ocean is just more rough. So if you're more into like the chill, the beach hangout sessions, then definitely go to the East Coast.
But they get hurricanes.
But they get
Yeah,
hurricanes, yeah.
it's a give and
It's
take.
really chill, and then it's kind of really rough.
Yeah.
It goes back to really chill.
It's like when you like charge something up like a dog and you don't let him like run, and then he just takes off. Is that how it works?
Like a cartoon.
Did I ever say why I was out there?
Mushrooms?
Mushrooms.
I think people follow you, they know why.
Did I ever talk about it on JK News?
Yeah, you did. You said you're going to Jersey in a day.
Yeah, you did because Steve was trying to make a joke.
Oh, okay. Because he thought he was trying to say I was getting some fan pussy.
Yeah.
That no fans are safe.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Fan service.
Fans are not safe, is what he's trying to.
So I am I'm in partnership with a mushroom farm now.
Legal mushrooms.
Yeah, that's why. Because I was like, oh, I don't know if I should say it because people really want to hear my story of fucking a lot of fans or something, right? Because I just got pizza.
We're all dying.
Just make one up then.
Oh yeah, I fucked a lot. It was. Yeah, I fucked.
People they want.
Yeah.
I fucked Snooki,
She's married.
No, Snurky. Another one.
Snurky. Yeah. I had some pizza, but we shouldn't talk about pizza and stuff like that because of the whole But
Well, I mean, if it's pepperoni pizza, you're fine.
it's pepperoni
Don't
pizza.
do cheese pizza.
No, it's not cheese pizza.
You know what's going on?
Yep.
Pizzagate.
Cheese pizza means child porn. Pepperoni pizza means parental porn.
You know?
Yeah.
What about chicken? Chicken means a little kid, right?
I don't know.
Because that's what came out in Hillary's emails.
Oh.
They kept talking about chicken, and then the one
Fuck
guy,
that bitch.
the one guy that was like Seth Green's best friend was like, he kept telling me about this. He kept saying, I love chicken. Then you later find out that meant like children. And then in all of Hillary's things, they kept bringing up, we're gonna sacrifice a chicken to this.
Why would they word it like that? Sacrifice a chicken.
So these are what came out, and it came up from like, I feel like some like sources I feel like I could trust, but with online you never.
Yeah,
That's
you never
true.
know.
Yeah, but with Cheese Pizza, they were referring to it as like in the emails that leaked was like they were like I want a cheese pizza for 1 hour or a cheese pizza for 2 hours.
I like anchovy pizza. Adult porn.
So what's happening with all that stuff? Like, they're just like, forget it.
I don't even know if these things get pinned on them. Like, that's the difference between, like, like some celebrity shit comes out, right? Yeah. And then, like, you have
They stop everything with that.
quote receipts or whatever, and then people start bombarding their pages, and then almost forces them to make a statement about it, like whether it's real or it's fake or whatever, but they do make a statement about it. With these politicians, I don't know if people are bombarding like Hillary. Oh, you fucking
They are.
They are?
They are. Every single person that's involved, they're getting bombarded to the point where Twitter steps in and says, if you are affiliated to QAnon,
Yeah.
we're blocking all that shit out.
So they
And
just...
which they shouldn't.
So Hillary, is she on Instagram? I don't even know, but they can just keep posting whatever they want and like unfazed.
But I feel like I still see them in the news
I mean,
as
they
doing
get
normal shit. Like, are they still working?
Huh? Who's?
Hillary.
Oh yeah, I think for sure they're.
She's a
still
career
working.
politician, man. I don't know what they would do if they didn't have that.
True, and all these things, all these stories about like child pedophilia and all that shit, like it's all like conspiracy at this point. So like none of it really sticks, As long as it's
They
labeled a
make sure it
conspiracy,
doesn't
yeah.
stick.
As long as it's labeled that, there's gonna be people that don't believe it, or they're gonna get away, scotch free.
This shit is so weird. Like I was looking at Ellen DeGeneres because they say she's on the list. Obviously, again, there's no real hard fucking receipts, so we can just go off whatever we see, and we kind of have to connect our own dots. And I was just looking through her Instagram because I just fucking snoop like that. And there's this one clip, you guys can check it out. Like she's still on there. She does an IG story, no, not a story, a post, and she's cutting her mom's hair. And as she's cutting it in the bathroom, and she has like a picture, like a
painting or
like a
some sort.
painting behind her, and that shit is so fucking cryptic. It's like this, like it looks like a kid drew it, but it's like in reds and browns and like
Blacks.
burgundies and blacks, and it's like a stick figure, and it looks like it's like a little kid body, like a stick figure kid body.
I don't like that.
Yeah, and then you see like organs kind of coming out of it, and it's Ellen. It's weird.
It looks like a demonic figure. And it's not even like something I have to go like, hey, you're about to see this demonic thing, and it kind of biases your mind. And then when you see it, and you're like, oh yeah, it's one of those things you just see it, and you're like,
It's
wait,
just-
why does this nice ass mansion have this?
Well, and
weird
especially
picture in
her
that?
branding, right? Like her branding is, what is it, be kind or some shit like that? Like that's always been her like thing.
She's just very pleasant and happy all the
Yes.
time. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you can have your own like art preferences and shit, but it's like, it's just there's too many coincidences for me.
That piece of art with like an innocent lens, what would you be saying?
It's weird. It is weird. Like I can pull it up, but it's fucking weird.
Like some of the paintings that were in John Podesta's house, the guy that's being tied to the cheese.
Who'd you say? Sorry, who?
John Podesta.
Is that the pizza owner? The pizza parlor guy? Oh no.
He's like he's a government related guy. I forgot exactly what it was, but his house was all weird and messed up, man. It was.
He's the one that had paintings and stuff?
The paintings were like really.
See? They don't want us talking about it.
I found the picture, by the way. I had to screenshot this just in case he took it down. You guys ready to see this?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me show you. So I like zoomed in, but like you could zoom out and then you see like she's just cutting her hair, and that should be the focal point, right? Look at this look at this.
Oh, what the fuck?
What is happening?
Wait, you guys, oh, it might be too bright, but yeah. That's like what's in her bathroom.
Wait, what's the whole picture now?
I see?
What's the whole?
Weird.
It is crazy. What art was in his house? Just weird?
No, they're just kids like in weird positions. And,
Whoa.
yeah, it was really disgusting. Like it's clearly some
Those pictures.
This looks like justice.
paintings.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, like it was some weird, like it's undeniably like kids in weird poses and like kind of like child sacrifice kind of shit. It's weird.
I feel like for politicians, they should have.
Did you guys see it? I'm just tripping out. I'm like trying to make things out, but I can't make things out. It's just so weird.
I feel like they should have trackers on like all the politicians. If you want to be a politician, you have to have like a device on you.
To see where you're going.
I'm not gonna let that happen.
But if the politicians of politicians, though, is also involved with whatever conspiracies we're talking about, then there's no need for trackers.
You know what's happening right now? Like everyone's printing money in the government, talking about politicians. Everyone's getting theirs. There's super low loans, whatever. But people still can't like pay off their credit card bills. So right now we're sponsored by Upstart Baby! Woohoo!
So yeah, like when we were when we were getting our first home, it was kind of hard to qualify for a loan. Because I think unless you have like a stereotypical W-2 job, like the minute that you have kind of like alternative incomes or a different way of earning, the regular banks and the regular loan companies, they have a hard time categorizing you in their cookie cutter loan system.
So they see you as a risk.
They see you as a risk, and they just don't know, because they have to do like a regular bank got boats, cars, student loan, you know, like they just have very specific loans, and how they categorize you, it has to fit into that specific portfolio. But then when you work with like loan specialists, like a mortgage company that we end up going with, they're able to look at you and completely reevaluate another way. And so that's what I like about Upstart is, unlike the typical loan method, they go through a different way of seeing if you qualify for loans. So for example, they'll go based off your education, your job history, and but you don't even need a degree or diploma to apply. So if you do need a loan, like how we did with our house, but if you need a loan for a car or whatever, you don't have to go through the traditional way. And with Upstart, if you do have all kinds of credit card debt, you need to consolidate them. They can consolidate into one easy fixed rate payment. And if your loan is approved, you can get it the next business day.
Ooh, and it's fixed rate too, so you don't have any
And it's
surprises?
all online, and it doesn't affect your credit because they don't do a hard pull. Like they can just check. They have a lot of different ways to kind of see if it's approved and accepted. You get the loan within like the next business day. So over 400 people have used it to pay off credit cards and meet their goals. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, so see why Upstart has a 4.9 out of 5 rating on Trustpilot, and hurry up to upstart.com/record to find out how low your Upstart rate can be. Checking out your rate only takes a few minutes. That's upstart.com/record.
Check it out.
I saw this one tweet that was like, the world is in debt $27 trillion.
Yeah, oh, I saw that one.
World?
And someone was like, to who?
Thanos?
Yeah. I was like, oh shit.
Really, the world is just in debt for that much? Who do they gotta pay back? Each other?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, just
mean, who
combined debt.
So who's owning? So it's just everyone owes everyone? Like when they say America's in debt, right? I'm like,
Rockefeller.
I'm wondering, yeah, like, okay, so the Fed has the power to print money. They're the ones printing the money and giving us the money, right? So we're indebted to the Feds, but we're also indebted to like Japan, China, Saudi Arabia, a lot of other countries. I'm like, how does this work?
Yeah, I don't know.
How are we in debt? Like, they give us money, what do? They loan us shit?
Well, aren't there like government bonds and stuff. So it's like
They should consolidate.
they need to hit up Upstart.
Hit up Upstart.
It's like, isn't like a promise. Like a lot of them are like, I'm gonna in 10 years I feel like we're gonna be worth this, so you give me this. So it's like for a promise for this money, and then this person immediately takes that. Okay, so because they're supposed to hit this in 10 years, and I'm gonna get this back in 10 years, then they go talk to someone else. So I'm gonna be here in 10 years. I'm gonna sell you a promise. So there's just like a bunch of like pillows on top of pillows, like just
It's all based off of debt.
yeah,
So like,
pillows and promises, and it's just
banks don't make money unless they get people in debt.
Like a linen store.
yeah.
Yeah, like banks don't make money unless they get people in debt. So like the money supply starts with the Federal Reserve, which is a private bank, and then they control how much money goes out into the public. So they can print it out, and they'd be like, I'm gonna print out only 10 million this year or whatever. And now the banks, different banks like Chase or whatever, they get access to it. And then now they go, oh cool, we got an extra $1 million or whatever, right? What am I gonna do with this? Oh, now I can give out loans on this $1 million to Bart, because now Bart wants to buy a house.
And charge interest.
But then how do we owe other countries money if we're the ones printing our own money? Is it like they say, hey, like the whole fucking all the countries get together and then they go, hey, this is the amount of wealth you should have, but I'm gonna give you some, so I give you permission to print X amount of money?
I don't know if I think each country has their own like federal bank that prints their own money, and then so America will borrow from Japan, but I don't know, don't quote me on this. I just know that that's how America works.
Yeah, because that's just weird.
Because I know that Zimbabwe,
Money, why would I ask any of you guys for money?
because of inflation, I guess, because then Zimbabwe printed a fuck ton of money.
Devalues.
Yeah, and then now it takes $1 trillion Zimbabwe dollars to buy an apple. Yeah. Yeah, they
That's how the Mexican pesos used to be. I remember it used to be like I have old ass money where it's like 100,000 pesos and it's
probably
like worth
printed it too much. That's why the whole balance between the whole economy is so important. Because the Japan has the opposite problem where the economy isn't growing because no one's taking loans out. Like no one is like getting mortgages, no one's buying car loans, nothing.
Wow.
So that's why
Everyone's going to the city and just renting, right? And there's no one actually buying property or moving out to the suburbs anymore.
and everyone just saves cash. So then if there's not really, because
I mean, good for the person.
True, but when but every year that person loses money to inflation. So then I don't know, I don't want to get too nerdy and complicated, but basically in America, more than half of the money, or around half of the money, is made just in financial institution, meaning like in banking and investments, right? So it's money making money. There's no actual like products and value like that being made. So that's why we're hella rich here. Yeah.
I guess that's one thing that put into like perspective. I was like,
Big gamblers.
oh shit, like that actually makes sense in terms of like inflation, where like when you're like, say when I was like 10 and I go to the grocery store, like fruits cost like me like a few cents each time you'd buy, right? Because for us, $1 is always gonna be $1. You know, like something always costs like this much, but then like fruits and like basic like breads would cost like $2, $3, and now it costs like $8, and you're like,
Yeah, like a can of soda. I remember when it was like 50 cents. Now it's $1.25, $1.50 or something.
and it just keeps going up. So I'm like, it's actually worth less, but you don't think of it as less, you know?
Yep. That's true.
Damn. I don't know. I always think about like the future too, and I'm like, I wonder, like where, like how crazy. I mean, obviously there's a track record of like how much inflation, like it grows or whatever, like how it gets. So then I don't know. I picture like being a grandma and being like, oh, let's go buy a bottle of water. Do you have $25?
That's literally how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Have you seen prices from like 1960s or 1970s? Like a Mustang was like $1,700. A Ford Mustang, like a thing of milk was like $0.25. So like like people that live from back then, they see our cars and I think even probably it breaking the 5-figure mark is crazy.
Yeah.
Even in our lifetimes as kids, like you could get a soda for like $0.25.
You're kidding, Joe.
Why are you laughing?
She lit
Directly at me when I said that.
same example.
Staring right at me when I said that.
That's the exact same prime example.
Okay, Jokers, I do that to her all the time at that
When
house.
did this happen?
Right now.
Right now.
Literally in this video.
After I said it?
You said what she said.
No. So she said that Coke thing. Then he said, no, it's happening right now with the blah, blah, blah. Cause she, right? And then you said it. Which she
So
literally
you go
just...
back to what she said.
That's like what my head.
You say you could buy Coke for a quarter?
There was a little bit more in between from that point, but yes, I literally just.
And then she says, but now it costs $1.25.
Oh shit.
So it wasn't 25 cents. You.
Okay, so maybe yours is different.
Did you say Coke?
I said a can of soda.
So it's different.
No, I'm just shocked. I just copyrighted your ass.
Yes.
Yeah, you plagiarized like a motherfucker. Live.
Fuck.
Live plagiarism.
All the time, like with all of us. I mean, it's fine.
With like McDonald's, like back in the day, it was like 5 cents or 15 cents for a burger. But I saw this one thing where we're like, oh, but people were only making like $1 per hour. I'm like, no, they weren't. Like
$1 an hour? What the fuck?
yeah, because they were like, oh, that's how things like, oh, now you make 8, and then it costs like a dollar or $2 for like a basic sandwich. But I'm like, that's not how it works. Like that's not how it worked back
When?
then.
In like 1960 maybe?
Yeah. So it's like, it's crazy how like things go up in price, and like obviously like.
Wages go up, everything goes
I want
up.
to ask, what was minimum wage when you guys started working? Because for me, it was $5.75.
$5.75?
Yeah.
Oh, that's low.
Yeah, it was
Oh, shit.
$5.75.
I think mine was like 8 or something like that.
Oh, really? When you started
Yeah,
working?
I
You're
think.
older than me.
$5.75?
Yeah, I remember. It was
I
like,
don't remember, because I remember 6 something.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And I started working when I was.
You were getting exploited.
I remember. It was
We're fucking way older than you, and I remember $6.
Hey, and they had a whole ass like a whole poster, and it said like minimum
Oh, the
wage.
buffet in Mexico though. That's different.
Hometown buffet in Mexico.
When you lived there a whole life.
That's true. I forgot. I was born and raised in Mexico.